Try to look like an enthusiastic audience of 100. If you can't do that, it's okay. I'm going to start with, I'm doing the 9 dinosaur songs tonight because in my previous 4 or 5 performances here over the last couple of years, I like she's closing the curtains. It makes it very, very intimate, you guys. That's what we are. We're all about intimacy here. Okay, thank you. How about the other one? Close that one. Oh, you're going to do that? No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be pushy. I don't know. Ask that table if they want the last rays of daylight. You require that for your... Okay. You don't care, right? She can... It's freezing anyway in here. I'm so cold. Okay. Anyway, this is 9 dinosaur songs. It's one of my 11 CDs. This guy, I'm a professional. I have 11 CDs out. I started when I was 13 years old. You know how old I am now? I'm not going to tell you. Okay. Anyway, this is called 9 Dinosaurs. Here's one. I'll give you one just so you can say, hey, he's pretty good. He's not so bad. We should stay, have some food and drinks. This is in the key of E flat. It's called E flat major. It's called... It's called Big Stegosaurus. It's one of the 9 dinosaur songs. Big Stegosaurus, forgetting what he came here for. You can see him walking in a circle. Out at, let's start it again. It wasn't too good. I have to get comfortable. Okay. This will give Ed a chance to adjust the sound. I could use a tiny more vocal, like just, my hearing is terrible, so maybe more in the monitor, if you please. Thank you, sir. Oh, that's good. Just physically do it. Yeah, that's good. Big Stegosaurus, forgetting what he came here for. You can see him walking round in circles at the grocery store. His mother sent him out to buy some ferns, but he was empty-handed when he returned. Big Stegosaurus, forgetting Stegosaurus, dripping in the monsoon rain, like a walking state of Texas with the size of Rhode Island brains. His head can fit into a little tiny crack when he stuck it in and never got it back. Big Stegosaurus, forgetting what he came here for. Needle brain, needle nose, filled with brain, there he goes, walking around the grocery store. Big Stegosaurus, forgetting what he came here for. Big Stegosaurus, forgetting what he came here for. You can see him walking in circles, round and round the grocery store. At the local Steggy sing-along, everyone forgot the words to every song. Big Steggy chorus, forgetting what they came here for. Needle nose, needle brain, filled with brain, there he goes, walk around the grocery store. Big Stegosaurus, forgetting what he came here for. That's it. Thank you. That song came out of my father. He had Alzheimer's, right? I'm serious. It's the first of the dinosaur songs I wrote. I had a band at the time, and they liked it so much that I was inspired to write some more dinosaur songs. They're cool. And, you know, the kids liked them, but the adults liked them even more because they were kind of, you know, verbose and slightly intelligent. Anyway, so I wrote more. But anyway, Big Stegosaurus was the first one, and it was a joke. And it was my way of, I was my father's caregiver until he passed away, which was pretty quick. But I was thinking, what can I write about my experience with my father's dementia? Which, you know, I'm at the age now, and I think I'm starting to get it. Hopefully my brother, who's a real ass, gets it. I only have one brother, but he's an ass. So I hope he gets it and not me. But so far, so good. Anyway, the point here is being that Big Stegosaurus was my way of, with humor rather than being too somber. What are you going to say about somebody with dementia, you know? So anyway, that's the story behind it. Yeah. So let's do another dinosaur song while we're, you know, on this trajectory. My name is Bergman. People call me Birdman. Birdman. And hence we got a duck here, which I think is a duck is a bird, isn't it? No? Bird, it's a mammal of some sort. Anyone know? I don't know. But there's a thematic inconsistency between the duck and the dinosaur. I don't know. I don't think ducks even existed when the dinosaurs did. But I don't know. You could figure that out. This is called, I don't know. This is the introduction song to the record. It's called 69 Million Years, which is approximate. The dinosaurs were between 65 and 69 million years ago. That's a long time. Oh, key of B flat. This rocks, but it's got a band with drums and rock, but I'm going to do a softer version of it. Back before McDonald's, back before TV, back before modern art and ancient history even, back before the Flintstones. Guess who got here first? Big monsters, big monsters, big monsters rule the earth. 69 million, 69 million, 69 million. It's an easy chorus if you want to sing along. 69 million, 69 million, 69 million years. Yeah. Back before crustaceans, back before the squid, these beasts, they took their lazy bones and they tucked them in the bed. Woke up Monday morning, Jane ran for the 802. Big creatures, weird creatures, live down the street from you. 69 million, 69 million, 69 million years. 69 million, 69 million, 69 million years. Yeah. Back before your homework, back before the school, back when the world was just one large swimming pool, back before crustacean cavemen came about, big monsters were looking for food and hanging out. 69 million, 69 million years. 69 million, 69 million years. That was the wrong chord, clearly. Back before McDonald's, back before TV, back before modern art and even ancient history, back before hip-hop music, and guess who got here first? Big monsters, big monsters, big monsters rule the earth. 69 million, 69 million, 69 million years. 69 million, everybody. 69 million, 69 million years. Yeah. Thank you. That's 69. And on the record, the women sing it. I got this chorus of women singing it in 3-part, 4-part harmony. It's really, really nice. You notice I'm trying to sell a record here. I have copies here if you want it. It has me getting eaten. Do you have that one? Can you show it? She almost peeked at my porn. That's the risk you take when you leave your cell phone laying around. Anyway, here you go, guys. This has all the lyrics. I can't see them. I'm not at the age anymore where I can read these without a serious microscope. But those are all the lyrics. There was a verse I forgot in 69. Let's go over it, if you bear with me. It says, back before McDonald's, back before modern. I did that. I think I forgot something. Oh, here, back before McDonald's, back before TV, back before rock music and Newsweek magazine. Not bad. Back before aerobics. Guess who got here first? Big monsters, big monsters, big monsters rule the earth. Anyway, oh, okay. So, I'm sorry. See, here I am, leaning arrogantly against the dinosaur, against the T-Rex, who's also doubles as a percussionist. And here I am. In the next page, my feet are sticking out of the dinosaur's mouth. See, at least somebody found it funny. I think it's hilarious. The artist, I didn't do this. He said, oh, Bergman would love this. And he gave it back to me. I said, oh, that's fucking funny, man. That's great. Anyway, that's it. I promise to do all 9 dinosaur songs tonight. I've never done that before. If you're bored, just tell me and I'll move on to something else. I've written other songs. I went to this gig to get a gig in Seattle, and the guy said, I said, dinosaur songs. He said, I'm not going to hire you. What are you going to play songs about dinosaurs? People aren't interested in that. All right, whatever. Anyway, I didn't get, oh, I went back there. I got hired, and I did serious stuff, and the guy really liked me. I didn't do anywhere near dinosaur songs. Okay. You know, it's an acquired taste, I suppose. Anyway, thanks to Ed for having me tonight, and the usual gang. We good? I know this is like, I put that there, so it probably needs a carpet underneath it as well. It's just slipping away. It's all right. Thank you. Well, I know how to clear out a place, that's for sure. This is called Brooklyn Block. I'm going to switch gears for a minute. This is a song. I grew up in Brooklyn, and we were in the early ages, like 6, 5. We were confined to a square city block. We weren't allowed to cross streets without an adult or a parent. So we got into a lot of trouble. It's not like we shot each other like these days, but you know, at the time in like the 60s, it wasn't. It was pretty troubling. Anyway, this is called Brooklyn Block. It moves through 5 different keys. I had to say that just so you will be impressed with my musicianship. Meanwhile, down the street a ways, current hands, stuttering rhyme, golden neon, finger paint the L train steps in shades of pink. And us without a backyard, what hard times. Meanwhile, down the streetways, sticking in your 2 cents, making such a nuisance. Gang fight, mosquito bite, waiting for an accident to get excited at the bloody sights. Brill cream DAs singing in the doorways. You know what a DA is? It's a duck's ass. That's what they called it back in those days. Like a greaser, 50s. You had like a DA, they called it. Okay. Brill cream DAs singing in the doorways. Dino and his parallel thirds. A lady at the window, her elbow on a pillow, feeding stale bread to the birds. Oh, snowballs packed with rocks, targeting trucks on the Brooklyn block. Aunt Jemima pancakes, Elsie with the milkman, Daddy with the Daily News. We'll water bomb the Russians, despite the repercussions, when Frankenstein is dining down at the movie. It's like a ghost town out of the block. Meanwhile, at the matinee, Mama said spendthrift, so we learned to shoplift. When the stand got jammed at the intermission, the man turned around, another Milky Way gone. Vicious, violent, malicious, never silent, robbing all authority blind. When ring and they come running, but never quite as cunning, slow and always failing to find us. Challenged by a lock, growing up nuts on the Brooklyn block. Hating vaccination, waiting for a vacation, a bicker became a stick until fall. Cramming Sunday, praying every Monday, praying for a blizzard to stall us. Born at 3 o'clock. Meanwhile, down the street a ways, Kernan's stuttering Rheingold neon. Finger paint the L train, steps a shade of pink, and us without a backyard. What hard times. Brooklyn Block. Thank you. Okay, back to the dinosaurs. I'm a man of my word. Okay. This is called Thesaurus. Thesaurus. It's in the key of D. It's a very, let's see, what is it? It's a song about verbosity. I guess. Thesaurus, thesaurus, he said all day and read, not like the other reptiles who walk around all day eating. He went to a fancy restaurant. He went to a fancy restaurant, but the menu is all he really wants. Thesaurus, the forlorn dinosaur. Thesaurus, his life was on the line. He went out for a Sunday drive just to read the highway signs. His thirst was ever great, but he never drank and he hardly ate. Thesaurus, the four-eyed dinosaur. When a friend would come up to him and say, hey, what's the good word? It took him a whole weekend to reply. He'd start in by saying to them, well, have you heard? They'd try to find the right word for a fast goodbye. Thesaurus, his life was on the line. He went out for a Sunday drive just to read the highway signs. His thirst, oh no, he had a lifestyle filled with piles, filed by content. Wait, let's do it. He had a lifestyle, he lived a lifestyle filled with piles, filed by content, form and style. Thesaurus, a forlorn dinosaur. When a friend would come up to him and say, hey, what's a good word? It took him a whole weekend to reply. He started by saying to them, well, have you heard? They try to find the right word for a fast goodbye. Thesaurus, he said all day and read, not like the other reptiles who walk around all day feeding. He went to a fancy restaurant, but the menu is all he'd really want. Thesaurus, the four-eyed dinosaur. was rough. Sorry. It was rough. I don't really get to ask, I don't really get to do these very much, you know. If there was a bigger audience here, I don't know what I do. Probably the same thing. Yeah. Hi, welcome. Have a little instrumental interlude. There's a song called All Night Laundry. I see the Parkside Diner sign shining through the shaking trees. It reads, you'll receive a cracker free with every plate of pork and beans. I've heard this all night laundry is the finest one around. And I'm just a clothespin hanging on the line where underwear has fallen down. Across the street, the house lights failed to let me feel at ease. To stay alive here until the wash is dry, I pretend to read a magazine. Pretend to read a magazine. La 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 Some woman is folding Levi's. A cat is scratching at her feet. Her husband snores on a broken bench. And a hell of a lot of lovers meet. Beyond the glass, the stoplights beckon to an empty sky, and through the crack from next door's bar, I hear a lady start to cry. Oh, thank you. It's called All Night Laundry. It's in the key of A and F, A, D, F, and C minor. I always tell that to people because I always figure there's some musician in the audience who'll be impressed, but hardly anyone ever is because they don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It's tough when you're a genius. Anyway, this, I'm just FYI, at my elderly age, I've been doing this since 13 years old. I was in a band, and we did a recording in New York City. It didn't go anywhere. And I wrote at that age. I mean, it went like, one day I met a girl, her name was Betty. I gave her everything, she was true to me. One day I saw her walk with another guy. I felt so lonely, I thought I'd die. Come back, I didn't sing this, come back to me. Come back to me, 'cause I need only you. And baby, I love you. You rhymes with you. Oh, what can I do? Come back to me. Come back to me, my love. Terrible chord change at that age where I could be forgiven, right? C to E major. Come back to me. Come back to me, my love. 'Cause baby, I'm on my knees. And baby, I need your love. So anyway, you want to hear a really tragic story? This is the most tragic story I've ever heard. The guy who sang lead, Richard Ciani, his name was C-I-A-N-I, he was given the part of singing lead on that because he was our erstwhile lead singer. I just wrote the songs and sang backup. So I didn't, he did a nice job. If you heard the record, I still have a copy of the acetate from the mid-60s, crazy. And anyway, him and his wife were both shot to death in their kitchen. What? A jealous boyfriend who was a crazy person. This is in Florida, like when they were 40. I never saw this guy again since we were like 16. He went to another band. He graduated, we all graduated junior high school. Why am I telling you this story? This is a weird story. So anyway, the boyfriend was jealous. He went into their house in Florida and he killed both parents. The daughter's still alive. I've been in touch with her. And she's a really great person, real sweet. But she was 17 at the time and lost both her parents at 40. They were 40. So anyway, I should not end the set on that. I'm so sorry. I've never told anybody this. He was the lead singer on that, and his name was Richard Ciani, and him and his wife were shot to death in Florida. You can look it up in the news. It's an incredible story over the jealous boyfriend. But they told her, this guy's crazy, don't see him anymore, so she said, I have to break it off. So he went in, I don't know. But she survived. She has a wonderful husband and a wonderful family of kids. And I never met her, but I was in touch with her. And I said, I played with this guy in the band in the 60s. And I just found this out like a few years ago because some cousin of his was online and said, I think he's dead. I said, have you heard from Richard Ciani? And she said, no. He said, I think he's dead. I said, really? He's my age. How did he die of natural? No, some weird thing happened. Anyway, what should I play after that? Holy shit. Okay. Let's do an upbeat dinosaur song. I'm sorry. I still don't believe it. Like, life is, the strangest. How can it be life, real life? You can't even write a story like that. Oh no, I can't do that song after that. Oh, God. I was going to do the hemorrhoids song, but there's a song about hemorrhoids, but I thought it's a little bit vindictive, so in a joking way, but that probably wouldn't be good. Let's think of something else. Okay, let's talk some good news. So, I played that song because I have this long, long recording career, right? This is my last CD. My most recent came out last year. It's called Baby in the Bathwater. It's a rocking CD. It's got a lot of other musicians on it. This is, you saw the dinosaurs. This one is more mellow. It's like a lot of these songs, like All Night Laundry. It has a lot of ballads. This is Al Jolson doing whistling. I copied the back of his album cover because he was my first influence in my life. And that's Al Jolson. Okay, but that's me with a cat on my shoulder. I'm a dog person, actually. So, but I took a picture with a cat. I figured that would be really cool. It's a nice cat. It was my girlfriend's cat. She's still alive. Everybody's still alive. It's great, except for Brian Wilson. Ugh. Okay. Anyway, that's, I showed you, that's the tour. There's another one. I'm a retail, I have a retail business, so I'm allowed to be pushy. It's a band I was in. Okay. Welcome. Welcome in the key of F. Okay. Hey bartender, there's a fly in my glass, singing a 12-bar blues. Caught up in the swell of midnight press, waiting for the latest news. My temperature rises, the moon is in Virgo. My sign says to eat at Joe's. Fighting the munchies on a Sunday night when all of the stores have stepping out with a gravy that knows no bounds, making the usual rounds. Stepping out with an elephant for a pet, paying off a cumbersome debt. I'm someone's lazy neighbor. Hardly ever mow the lawn, hoarding my stash of unemployment cash, and going to sleep at dawn. My temperature's rising, the moon is in Pisces, a sign says to eat at Joe's. Fighting this hunger Sunday when all of the stores have closed. Half past June and I'm waiting. Potluck, glutton in gear. Half past noon and I'm waiting. Rock gut, remedy near. Hey, where's the waiter? There's a hole in the bowl. Or is it only in my head? Telltale tracks from a nebulous goal, where all the ambition has fled. My temperature's rising, the moon is in Virgo. The sign says to eat at Joe's. Fighting this hunger on a Sunday night when all of the stores have closed. Stepping out with a craving that knows that's obviously called Rot Gut Remedy. Thank you. I don't know, let's do some dinosaur songs. I promised all you dinosaur freaks, or you dinosaur obsessives, may you never be extinct in your existence. You know? I don't know. I'm losing the pedal again. Oh. Okay, I think I got it back. It's like a drummer. You ever see bass drummer? He keeps losing his drum pedals. He's got to have a big border to keep going because he's hitting him so hard, and he keeps losing. I don't know. I've experienced mostly drummers doing that, but when you're doing a piano, you lose the pedal. It keeps moving away from you. And the pedal allows you to cheat, because if you're not a very good piano player, I won't say anything self-deprecating here, but if one is not a very, like a concert pianist, you rely on the pedal for the smooth transition of chords, because that kind of, what's the word? It's a crutch. It's a crutch for your fingers. Yeah, it really is. I'm telling this secret, you know? That's all. Okay. And Richard Ciani is still dead. Okay. So, the dinosaur songs, let's see. Here's a fun one. This you could sing along. The words are, "Who shall I eat next?" said Mr. T-Rex. Right? It's up. I wanted to write a song about T-Rex, and he has an eating disorder, you know. It's a mess. I just lost 10 pounds. I'm getting old. So this friend came up to me, and he didn't even look like himself, this musician up in Seattle. I said, "What happened to you?" He said, "I lost 37 pounds. I said, "Holy moly." He's in his 60s. I said, "How do you do that?" I want that. I don't want to be have this belly the rest of my life, whatever's left. So I went on his diet. He told me what to do to fast for 14 hours a day. Right now I'm ready to fall over. I haven't eaten except a little bag of Lay's potato chips. And I lost 10 pounds. So it works. That's cool. Isn't it nice when something in life works? They tell you a lot of shit, but some things work. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm amazed at the way you love me. No, we're not doing that. All right. You like that one? She knows that, that's why. I can't sing it like McCartney can, but, you know, we'll... Maybe I'm amazed at the way you love me all the time. Go for won't you help me understand? And I'll go right into one of my songs. This is called Suzanne Song. Suzanne, not possessive, Suzanne Song. Thanks. Thank you. Suzanne is being consumed by her demons. She tries to make a positive stand. Tries to free the grasp of a tyrannical past. She's out there hailing a cab. Suzanne is young but not silly. Oh, she knows what she likes, and you'll learn. Give her your sweet loving and your wise old advice. She will give you back your youth in return. Yeah, give you back your youth in return. She will give you a definite baby. Is it better than a half-hearted no? This baby's driving you crazy. It keeps you from letting it go. You from letting her go. This is an instrumental passage. Suzanne is a lady of moment. She's got the concentration span of a cat. I'll get to it quick. Deep inside her soul is a Victorian poet. And you know it when she gets you down flat. Some men will fall in love with her troubles. Yeah, there'll be phone calls at all hours of the night. She doesn't really mean to be careless, no. It's just a careless time of her, careless time of her life. She will give you a definite maybe. Is it better than a positive no? This baby's driving you crazy. It keeps you from letting it go. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for listening, guys. I really appreciate it. Yeah? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah? You want an open one? Take a sealed one. You can open it. They're 20 generally, but that's okay. You all right with that? Okay. Huh? The one I just released, and this is like a lot of people who know me, my music were disappointed because I think it's a great CD, but it's more rockin'. It uses 16 musicians. This is the more chill. This is the chill one, Baby in the Bathwater. You don't have to buy anything. I just explained it. What's You love the dinosaurs. I think the dinosaurs is a wonderful choice. Yeah. I'll send you out with a lullaby at the very end. Brooklyn Block. There. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you. I appreciate it much. I'm actually was offered to be produced by a guy in Portland who's considered one of the best 10 indie producers in the country. I did a demo with him recently, and he offered to produce my next album, which is really flattering. This guy is like pretty big. And I just did a crappy piano demo. It was so many mistakes. It was terrible. He got back. He said, "Your songs are great. I really want to produce an album." So I'm going in. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. My email, you can always tell me. God, that's a horrible desk. Yeah, you can find me. Yeah. What was your question? I'm sorry.
Do you live here in Port Orford?
I live in Coos Bay. I also. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm joking. It's a joke. I love Bandit. It's great. I have to say that. That's my stock. It's my stock answer. You know, my stock reply, like Jack Nicholson, says, "I love you." Well, or, what's her name? Shirley MacLaine says, "Hey, I said I love you." Yeah, inches from a clean getaway. Then I guess I'll just have to give you my stock reply. He said, "I love you too." So I have stock. Ever since that, I'm ready with stock replies. Anyway, thanks for listening. Yeah, keep in touch. I'll be playing again here. Just tell Ed you want to see me. You want to see me like weekly, Just joking. He ran away from you. That's all right. Thanks, guys. What were your names, by the way? First name? Nice to meet you. Thank you. Thanks for listening. So I'm going to do another dinosaur song and take a break. The dinosaurs are the theme. I already sold one, and it's available for $20 to anybody who's interested in stilted lyrics. Some guy said to me, "I love CDs with stilted lyrics." I don't know if that was a compliment or not. I don't know. I didn't write them to be there. This is the eating disorder song I promised you for T-Rex in the key of C major. You can sing along. "Who shall I eat next?" said Mr. T-Rex. That's all you got to know, right? You ready? "Who shall I eat next?" said Mr. T-Rex. He picked on all the others. He ate his little brothers. "Who shall I eat next?" said Mr. T-Rex. "God forbid if I should miss a meal." Sorry. He went to a dietitian who wrote out a prescription. He read the doc's prescription. Then he proceeded to eat the dietitian. He went on 10-mile paces on a daily basis. He improved his social graces, but he ate all the other racers. "Who shall I eat next?" said Mr. T-Rex. He turned on his own nephews, turned them into refuse. "Who shall I eat next?" said Mr. T-Rex. "God forbid if I should miss a meal." What he lacked in mental, he made up for in dental. His tact was less than gentle, but his menu continental. He went to an OA meeting. He went to a poetry reading. Anything to keep his mind off eating. But his stomach kept repeating. "Who shall I eat next?" nibbled on his nieces. You guessed it, little bite-sized pieces. Who shall I eat next? Said Mr. T-Rex. God forbid if I should miss a meal. I need Bobby here for the guitar solo. Who shall I eat next? Said Mr. T-Rex. He started on his aunties, right down to who shall I eat next? X-rated song. God forbid if I should miss a meal. He had a food disorder, so we went. No, I can't do that one. You could say he was a serial killer when his cereal needed filler. But the part that was the greatest thriller was the screech of Caveman Miller. He went out for a soda with a hot she-rex named Rhoda. But he went a little above his quota when he belched up a Rhoda soda. Shall I eat next? Said Mr. T-Rex. Picked on all his cousins, ate him in even dozens. Who shall I eat next? Said Mr. T-Rex. God forbid if I should miss. God forbid if I should miss. God forbid if I should miss a meal. Thank you. That's Mr. T-Rex. That's actually called Who Shall I Eat Next? It's on the 9 Dinosaur Song CD. Okay. Guys, I think that's it. I'm going to close with a little ballad, a soft song. And I do write sensitive ballads as well. In fact, I'm the only unknown person who has a tribute CD. I say it's my best CD because I'm not even on it. 14 different artists did my ballads. So I'm very enterprising. Anyway, this is one of them. It's called Before I Shut the Light. The blanket before I shut the light. Will you keep me warm tonight? I asked you once, I'll ask you twice. Will you keep me warm tonight? The mirror hanging on the bathroom wall. Do you think I'm going bald? I asked you once, so I'll ask once more. Could it be I'm going bald? to cockeyed visions and arrogant derision. Only silence is the wage for all my labors. I've memorized the ceiling, each place where pain is spilled, and I only know I've nothing left to say. I ask my questions, another question not too steep. Won't you help me go to sleep? I asked you once, so I'll repeat. Won't you help me go to sleep? All through cockeyed visions and a quest to be recognized, only silence is the wage for all my labors. I memorize the ceiling, each place where the paint has peeled, and I only know I've nothing left to say. I ask my blanket before I shut the light. Are you gonna keep me warm tonight? I asked you once, I'll ask you twice. Will you keep me warm? Thank you. I'm Bergman. We'll see you later. We got another short set coming, so hang around, have some food, have some beverages, favor your tip jar, if you will. And let's thank good old Eddie for sponsoring this wonderful series of shows every week, forever and ever. Enjoy the sights, enjoy the scenery here. Oh, shit. I'll do that. Yeah, of course. Okay. No, it's great. I remember the presidents when I was like really little, like 5 years old. I used to I memorized. I was obsessed with the presidents. I didn't know what they were. So I got to tell you this. I memorized the presidents up until like how old I am, right? Up until like LBJ, and I could rattle them all off. I was this kid in Brooklyn, and some of the gangsters, these are like serious, like Italian gangsters. They're all Italians in that area of Brooklyn, and they used to sit me up on the counter and go, "I'll give you 25 cents. This kid could recite the presidents. This is the real, you'll never hear the story again, because I cheated. I'm cheating." But they said, "I'll give you give him a quarter." Peter Manzeri. Peter Manzeri. He was accused of murder, but he was acquitted. This is like really intense stories of Brooklyn. So he would sit me up. He had a big scar on his face. He was like a big kid. He was 17 or 18. I was 9. And he said, "This kid, I'll give you, if he can recite the presidents, you're all giving me a quarter." They go, you know, we don't, bullshit. He can't, you know. And he was collecting money on, as little, I'm still little, right? So a little kid, they sit me up on the counter in the hardware store, and he said, "Okay, go ahead, kid." You know what I mean? I was a little kid with an ego. I loved the attention, you know. And I would go George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, and so on. And they would go, "Holy shit!" Like the guys, they couldn't even imagine. How could a kid this young rattle the president really fast and accurately? And they didn't really know if I was accurate, but I was. So anyway, the story is my friend Peter Manzeri, the murderer. He didn't murder anybody, but he was accused and acquitted. And you could look him up. It was on CBS. Edward R. Murrow. It was like a big story. Murderer in Brooklyn. But he was my friend. He was a kid who lived around the corner from us. So anyway, he would be collecting. I don't know if he murdered anyone, but he sure made a lot of money off of me. You know, a quarter in 1961 was a lot of money, right? So anyway, I'm going to do this song because my good friend Eddie, this is called William Howard Taft. When my granddad arrived from Sicily circa 1909, he was a tailor. Yes, a tailor was his craft. As a boy, I asked him, "Hey, who was president at that time?" And he replied, William Howard Taft. I knew right then and there who I would write my book report on. I got out my loose leaf and I started on a draft. And I handed in the paper to Mrs. Klein. It read on the top, William Howard Taft. Like that little feedback? You want to know what the book report said? It said, he was born in Cincinnati. He was a Chief Justice of the Law. He fought against foreign intervention and graft. When he visited Japan, they had to push him uphill in a rickshaw, all 400 pounds of William Howard Taft. George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, Martin Van Buren, William Henry Harrison, John Tyler, James K. Polk, Zachary Taylor, Millard Fillmore, Franklin Pierce, James Buchanan, Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Johnson, Ulysses S. Grant, Rutherford, Bertrand Hayes, James Abram Garfield, Chester Allen, Arthur Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, Grover Cleveland again, William McKinley, Theodore Roosevelt. Here comes the romantic part. My babe and I were naming off the presidents last night while making love, when she screamed out, "Herbert Hoover!" I should use Donald Trump. I just laughed. Maybe Gerald Ford. That's a really good one. When she screamed out, "Gerald Ford!" I just laughed. Because there was only one name that I kept thinking of. I kept repeating. William Howard Taft. That's it, guys. Did I forget anything? I don't know. I never do that the same. Never twice the same. It's always like I put the presidents in somewhere else. But you know, here was the thinking. I thought, well, if that worked when I was really little, you know, like it would work now, but it doesn't, you know. I mean, are you giving me quarters? No. Okay, we'll leave it there. It's good to get it into a song, right? You got to use whatever you have, man. My name is Jimmy Carter, and I just died. That's a whole other song. You got to like Trump, right? I mean, I've been a leftist all my life, but I like Trump. He's okay. I mean, he's out of his mind, but how can you not like him? He's so funny, right? I mean, whatever you think, I'm not taking any political sides, but you gotta like Trump. He's so fucking funny. What the hell is he doing? He's like tearing everything to pieces. Is he gonna get a grip? We don't know. We don't know. It's like he's fucking crazy, but a lot of people really love him, too. So that's my political statement for the night. Slosh it about in your brain. Big Stegosaurus, forgetting what he came here for. You could see him walking in a circle at the grocery store tonight. His mother sent him out to buy some ferns, but he was empty-handed when he returned. Big Stegosaurus, forgetting what he came here for. stegosaurus dripping in the monsoon rain. Yeah. Like a walking state of Texas with a little Rhode Island brain. His head can fit into a little tiny crack. One day he stuck it in and never got it back. Big stegosaurus, forgetting what he came here for. Needle nose, needle brain, there he goes, walking around the grocery store. Big stegosaurus, forgetting what he came here for. Big stegosaurus, forgetting what he came here for. You could see him walking with a string tied on his finger, round and round the grocery store. Get a major 7th chord in there. That doesn't belong there, but. At the local Steggy sing-along, everyone forgot the words to every song. Big Steggy chorus, forgetting what they came here for. Needle nose, needle brain, filbert brain, there he goes, walking around the grocery store. Big stegosaurus, forgetting what he came here for. That's Big Stegosaurus. You can own your own copy. You could play it for your kids or at home, and they'll go crazy. Big Stegosaurus. Okay. I've written about 200 songs, and when I get up here, I don't bring a list. And I always think, well, out of 200 songs, for sure you'll be able to think of something, but I can't think of anything. Let's see. These are the lyrics. Jesus. That's too sad. William Howard Taft is here, in case I forget. Nice? Okay. Let's do a song. It's called a hemorrhoid song. Nobody ever wrote a song about hemorrhoids, so I decided, without divulging too much personal information, that my experience with it, which isn't current, but has been, in the key of A majors are good. So I decided to make a love song, like a lovelorn song. Watch the connection, it's very clever. Okay, it's worth a quarter at least, from Peter Manzeri and the gang. Oh, that's the wrong chord. It's like kind of a Latin song. I sit all night on the cold step, while you out with some other schlep. I get the behind like balloon. Babe, I got the hemorrhoid over you. La, 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 la. Everybody sings in the bar. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. First you say you want me to stay. Then when I stay, you say, go away. When I go, you say, come back. Babe, I get the hemorrhoid up the crack. Everybody, la, la. You're supposed to do it in a really high voice, falsetto. La, 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 la. will I sit and wait? I'm out of preparation age. I'm lonely, but I'm not less blue. 'Cause every time I sit, I think of you. My troubles never seem to shrink. I'm sitting on a steaming sink. You say you just only want to be my friend. Babe, I get the hemorrhoid in the end. I don't know if he's filming this still. I can't believe I wrote that. It's such a silly song. I never perform that. Just because you're a wonderful audience, you deserve the secret show. Anyway. I'm going to do a sweet ballad. It's called My Wooden Chair in a key of B. If I can't sing it after a couple of lines, I'm going to quit. Yes, I wrote it for like someone like Art Garfunkel to sing, but he never heard it. I think it would have been a good song for him. If all infatuations could cease at midnight, I'd still be sitting here in my wooden chair. But I know if I just stay alive to sunrise, I'd find another day. Anyway, if every broken heart could mend by morning, I'd still be sitting here at the bottom of her stair, where the road that leads to dreams be reawakened to find the other day gone away. It seems that everyone is leaving when I've just arrived. They're gone. It seems that I've been torn believing I should have died, but I go on and on and on. And when I find no other way, could be clearly shown at midnight, I'd still be sitting here in my wooden chair, and a breeze that blows the night through endless starlight will find me another day. Anyway, thank you. That's a very rough version. Sorry. At this point, I get really hoarse. I promised I'd do all the dinosaur songs tonight, because honestly, they were real fans. Let's do Triceratops. This one says Triceratops 46 times during the song, so I expect you to shout it, sing it. You don't have to do anything, just say it, anyway. I haven't played this in years, so it's like a polka. That ugly, horny, stumpy beast on jungle brushy feast, he was minding his own business, but along came Tyrannosaurus. His foreign policy was peaceful, but he could also be deceitful when faced with a sudden danger from a most unwelcome stranger. Triceratops, the tyrant king is dead. Triceratops, because he learned to use his head. Triceratops, the tyrant king is dead. Triceratops, 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 the tyrant king is dead. Triceratops, because he learned there's not much to it. You can do it. Triceratops, the tyrant king is dead. Triceratops. I want to do it like a black person, Triceratops, the tyrant king is dead. Like Barry White or something. I can't pull it off. Triceratops, because he uses his head. Triceratops, that's such a racist comment. Triceratops, Triceratops, here comes the bridge in a relative minor. He would charge when caught off guard with horns just like a rhino. He lived a life of a life lived hard. He's a well-respected dino. Very few would stand up tall to the tyrant monster's great big jowls. But that ugly, horny, stumpy little beast, why he overtear nature's laws. Tyrannosaurus thought it was cool to take a hearty, juicy bite. But that little stumpy, three-horned beast, he punched a hole in his appetite. Triceratops, the tyrant king is dead. Triceratops, 'cause he learned to use his head. Triceratops, the tyrant king is dead. Triceratops, 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 the tyrant king is dead. 46 times. Triceratops, 'cause he learned to use his head. Triceratops, little McCartney in there. Triceratops, 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 'cause he learned to use his head. Triceratops, the tyrant king is dead. Triceratops, Triceratops. That's it. That's all you get. You had your opportunity. If you blew it, not my responsibility. I gave you 46 opportunities. Triceratops. Feedback. One of these keys initiates feedback. One of the frequencies. It happened before. Getting there. This is my heavy metal portion of my set tonight. You heard the feedback before, didn't you? Oh, it went woo. It's like one of these keys. It's a flaw in the piano, but it's hilarious. Like I hit a key up here, and like Metallica or Guns N' Roses. Now that I called attention to it, it won't do it again. Anyway, I'm going to close with a couple songs. Thank you. My name is Bergman. That's my middle name, but I use it as my name. A lot of people know me as Dennis, and that's okay. On the calendar there, it says Birdman. That's because I think Bobby does the calendar. He writes it in, and he likes to torture me with that. He always calls me Birdman. So lately I've been advertising at gigs. I've said Bergman or AKA Birdman. But everybody says that wrong. They say Bergman. You mean Birdman? They say, no, Bergman. It goes on and on. It's obnoxious. Anyway. So I did a session recently with a famous producer. I can't tell you, I did a demo for him up in Portland. He's rated one of the 10 most famous indie producers in the country. And he loved the material, and I'm very blessed. But I screwed up. The demo was so terrible. When I heard it back, I was like, oh my God, how could he say these songs are great? It was awful. But anyway, so we're going to work together, except he's very expensive. So I've got to raise like $14,000. But this CD cost me $16,000. So I don't have it, but I somehow always manage to wheedle it out of. I have a lot of. See, when you get this age, all of your friends who were hippies and poor are suddenly millionaires. It's crazy. I don't know. I have a friend from like the 70s or 80s who isn't like a millionaire, which isn't anything anymore, right? But so I hit them up. I said, could you give me a few thousand? Most of them say, are you kidding? I said, I know you have 800,000 in the bank. I'm only asking for a couple. And so it goes on like that. I'm like one of these people on the corner, But except I asked for a few thousand, and I'm artistically savvy, so I will pull it together. The next CD, let me just tell you this, is called Brrrk. The name of it is BRRAWWKKK exclamation point. And the reason is because it forces people to say the title. And everybody has a different way of approaching. If they see that spelling, they'll go, I want to buy a copy of, everybody has a different Brock, So that's my idea about that. In parentheses next to it, though, it says songs no one else likes. Songs no one else likes. So that's the real title. Songs no one else likes. Because sometimes I'm the only one who likes these songs. Okay. This is called We'll close with a couple of fun songs. This is called, there's so many women out there, singer-songwriters, and there aren't any men anymore. So I decided to write a real male song, you know, not in any annoying way, but just, this is about shaving. It's called The Beard Song, for lack of a better title. Shaving prisoners face the wall. Some are lifers, some are tall, some are small, and some are well-to-do. The less well-off use shaving cream to skip a shave, a shaving dream. Your blondes will fare where dark hair wouldn't do. The ritual arrives at dawn till all the fuzz conforms to some form of social design. And those endowed with peach fuzz skin redeemed by sketching in whiskers on a subway sign. Shavers shave in vertical strides, some shave right up to the eyes. Some men are caught shaving twice a day. And one who is a new recruit will often slice forbidden fruit upon his throat while raising against the waves of grain. The smoothie reigns supreme within the football team. Grateful Dead fans, commune denizens, have yet to make their shaving plans. Men have been known when leaving bars to light their beards and not cigars, all kinds of gruesome features they can hide. For those who choose obscurity to mask the insecurity, there is no guarantee it will subside. Shavers used to congregate with barbers, but around 68, some of the straighter ones swerved to hipper styles. Shakespeare and Jesus Christ had once again returned to life in renaissance of shadow around the smile. Last verse. 12-year-olds will mow their lawn from the day the scruff is born. They will nurse it till they wish it never started. But if you let the razor wait, the fuzzer will proliferate until the day the shaver has departed. The priest now wears a rabbi, chops at dawn the traffic cop, each requiring napkins to dine. The ritual arrives at dawn till all the fuzz conforms to the fall one track mind. There's so much to that. It's so hard to remember. Thank you. That's the Beard song. I think we're done. Thank you so much, Mr. Ed. And for my wonderful audience members, thanks for listening in. Hopefully it wasn't too painful. You got through it. You made it. You did it. You got through it. You got through it. Text helped her, but she got through it. Text is cheating, but she still got through it. Good night. You were great.